welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Iga Puri Permata.
My name is Nadhilah Nur Fajrina.
And our topic in this video is promoting company. So, my partner and I will show you the ways to promote our product in our company. But before we move to the video, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and like this video. And then, share to all social media that you have, because that's free. Okay, let's move.
Hello everyone, my name is Nadhilah Nur Fajrina and my partner is...
My name is Iga Puri Permata.
Here, we are gonna be promoting our product from our company, so please pay attention.
This promotion is used to inform or persuade target audience about the benefits of our product. And the purpose of this promotion is to increase awareness, create interest, generate sales, and create brand loyalty.
As we know, coronavirus is a family of viruses that can cause illnesses such as the common cold and severe acute respiratory syndrome. In 2019, a new coronavirus was identified as the cause of a disease outbreak that originated in China. And now, this virus has infected thousands of citizens in our beloved country, Indonesia.
Tired of washing your hand for 20 seconds? It's time? Please don't stop. Because the world is counting on you to help stop the spread of COVID-19, the deadly new disease caused by SARS-CoV-2 or severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. Keeping your hands clean is very important to avoid transmission of this virus.
So the whole family of coronaviruses are named coronavirus because corona means crown, and so this refers to the way that the virus looks under the microscope, like there's a crown on the top of the virus. Some of them, 4 or 5 different kinds, cause common diseases among humans, everything from the common cold to mild or moderate respiratory illnesses. Other kinds of coronaviruses affect animals. And sometimes, on rare occasions, we see coronaviruses jump from animal species into the human population. The 2019 novel coronavirus is getting a lot of attention now because it is a new kind of coronavirus we haven't seen among humans before. The theory is that it may have jumped from an animal species into the human population and then begun spreading. We have seen some people that have died of this disease, and we know that there are already thousands of cases. So people are concerned because we don't yet know exactly how severe the disease will be or how far it will spread. When a new virus emerges, we often have to learn much more about it. And one of the things that we question is, how does it transmit from person to person? We know that most respiratory viruses are spread by large droplets that come out when people cough and sneeze and stay aloft usually for about 6 feet in front of them. They land on surfaces and then can also be transmitted between person to person by touching those surfaces, such as doorknobs or other surfaces. Other viruses can spread in the air and stay aloft for a longer period of time in small droplet nuclei. For this current 2019 coronavirus, we're not yet sure whether it is droplet or airborne transmission. So we're erring on the side of caution and taking protection as if it was spread by the airborne route. We're still learning a lot about this 2019 novel coronavirus to understand how dangerous it might be. Right now, the majority of the cases are in China. We know that some travelers have brought the virus to other countries, including the United States. I think one of the main things to keep in mind is that this is respiratory virus season, and we have other respiratory viruses like influenza that we need to take precautions because we know we have thousands of cases and thousands of deaths in this country every year from influenza. Given the ongoing transmission of the virus in China, we have a travel alert that was issued by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. So at this time, until we know more, avoid non-essential travel to China. Johns Hopkins Health System and health systems across the nation are busy right now preparing to safely identify, isolate, evaluate, and care for patients with the 2019 novel coronavirus. We have the capability of doing this safely by utilizing personal protective equipment, by implementing travel screening so that we can quickly identify patients who have risk factors for the disease, and then implementing isolation precautions, the use of personal protective equipment, and other measures to make sure that we limit the spread of the virus. At the Johns Hopkins Hospital and throughout our health system, we routinely care for patients infected with diseases that are spread by the airborne route. So we have expertise to do this safely. When a new virus comes along that has unknown risks, we have extra measures that we can put in place, including our biocontainment unit that can advise us and put plans in place to safely care for these patients.
Do you know, hand sanitizer can be as effective as soap if they are used properly.
Our company has just released our latest product, Lifebuoy Hand Sanitizer. Lifebuoy Hand Sanitizer effectively kills bacteria and detects virus on your hand. It is an ideal disinfectant for your hand when you're on the go. It dries quickly, is non-sticky and contains moisturizer and vitamin E, known to keep your hands soft and smooth. Besides being used on the hand sanitizer can also be applied to clean objects around us.
About the price, we sell 36 and 500,000 rupiah for 50 milliliter of hand sanitizer with 15% discount, free shipping for a minimum purchase of 5 bottles of hand sanitizers, which 20% of the sales will be donated to those who need medical personnel and public transportation driver.
Okay. Applying the hand sanitizer is also quite easy. That is by first pouring gel on the palm of the hand. Second, rubbing hands together until all surfaces of the hand and finger are exposed to the liquid. Finally, waiting for it to soak and dry.
We also have an Instagram account to optimize our product promotions and so people can more easily find out about products from our company. Please follow our Instagram account at LifeBoyID so that you will not miss any information, maybe about discount, the latest product, etc.
For consumer inquiries, contact your local representative below, Nadhilah Nur Fajrina, OA 001558000 or suara.konsumen@unilever.com and Iga Puri Permata 1800-661-9767 or care@unileversolutions.com.
Maybe that's all we can inform you about. We hope you are interested in buying our product and our product will be useful for you in this situation. Thank you for your attention and see you!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Priyono Eko Sanyoto, Direktur Politeknik Negeri Batam sejak tahun 2001, yaitu kira-kira 1 semester setelah Politeknik ini didirikan. Seperti kita ketahui bahwa Politeknik Negeri Batam itu sebelumnya adalah sebuah politeknik swasta yang didirikan oleh Otorita Batam yang sekarang berubah namanya menjadi Badan Pengusahaan Batam. Kenapa Politeknik didirikan di Batam? Karena sebagai kawasan investasi untuk pengembangan industri, maka tentunya Batam harus bisa mensuplai tenaga terampil yang dibutuhkan oleh industri. Oleh karena itu, Otorita Batam berinisiatif mendirikan Politeknik Batam. Dan kenyataannya, apa yang didirikan oleh Otorita Batam tersebut terbukti benar, sehingga Politeknik itu sekarang berkembang sangat pesat. Dulu waktu didirikan kira-kira tahun 2000 itu mahasiswanya hanya sekitar puluhan, bahkan berkembang terus menjadi ratusan. Sekarang sudah ribuan jumlahnya, karena bagaimanapun industri berkembang pesat di Batam, baik jumlahnya maupun variasinya, sehingga Politeknik Negeri Batam harus bisa memenuhi kebutuhan tenaga terampil dalam jumlah dan variasi keterampilan yang semakin kompleks. Melihat pentingnya politeknik di kawasan investasi seperti Batam, akhirnya pemerintah pusat mengambil alih atau mengubah status politeknik yang tadinya swasta menjadi negeri sejak tahun 2010 yang lalu. Nah, dengan berubahnya menjadi politeknik negeri, maka potensi berkembang politeknik ini akan menjadi semakin besar. Oleh karena itu, Politeknik ini semakin mampu menjawab tantangan kebutuhan tenaga terampil yang semakin bervariasi di kawasan investasi ini. Sehingga ke depan Politeknik pasti akan memperbesar jumlah mahasiswanya, memperbanyak jenis program studinya, supaya di Batam ini tersedia tenaga terampil dengan jenis keterampilan yang sangat bervariasi sesuai dengan kebutuhan industri. Nah, ke depan Politeknik ini akan dikembangkan tidak hanya sekedar menghasilkan tenaga terampil untuk memenuhi kebutuhan seperti operator di industri, tapi sudah mulai mengarah kepada kemampuan untuk mendesain atau merancang. Karena bagaimanapun juga industri yang berkembang di suatu kawasan pasti dia akan mengembangkan dirinya menjadi lembaga atau menjadi institusi yang mampu menghasilkan produk-produk sendiri. Nah, sehingga dia perlu partner, perlu kawan atau perlu mitra untuk mengembangkan desain atau rancangannya. Nah, Politeknik bisa atau mau mengarah ke sana sehingga keterampilan mahasiswanya selain sebagai terampil dalam hal pengoperasian dan perawatan, nah, dia juga akan dididik atau akan dilatih mampu mendesain peralatan yang dibutuhkan oleh industri. Jadi akan semakin lengkap nanti keterampilan yang dimiliki atau yang dihasilkan oleh Politeknik Negeri Batam ini, sehingga diharapkan Batam akan semakin kondusif sebagai kawasan investasi karena tersedia tenaga terampil dalam berbagai bidang dan dalam jumlah yang mencukupi. Tentunya tidak hanya Batam, karena di Provinsi Kepulauan Riau ini juga akan ada kawasan lain yang memiliki potensi yang sama seperti di Bintan, seperti di Tanjung Pinang maupun Karimun. Maka Batam, Politeknik Negeri Batam juga harus mampu mensuplai tenaga-tenaga terampil di daerah tersebut dan yang kebetulan masih dalam satu provinsi. Kita harus ingat bahwa tidak lama lagi masyarakat ekonomi ASEAN akan diterapkan, maka kualifikasi tenaga terampil yang dihasilkan Politeknik Negeri Batam harus sudah mengarah kepada kualifikasi internasional, sehingga kebutuhan yang semakin meningkat itu tetap akan bisa dipenuhi oleh Politeknik Negeri Batam dalam menghasilkan tenaga terampilnya. Saya kira itu tujuan dan pengembangan Politeknik ke depan, sehingga Politeknik Negeri Batam ini akan semakin besar perannya, terutama di kawasan investasi Batam, Bintan, dan Karimun yang ada di Provinsi Kepulauan Riau. Demikian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
In last weeks of 2019, while the world was ready to welcome the year 2020, many local hospitals in Wuhan, China reported an unusual number of cases who had severe pneumonia without a clear cause, and they were not responding to any form of existing vaccine or medicines. Soon after, a seafood market in the Hunan region was linked to all these cases. This was a wholesale seafood market which had about 1,000 stalls selling fish, chickens, bats, snakes, rabbits, and many other wild animals. These cases showed a very high human-to-human transmission rate, which was further increasing as the days progressed. An initial hypothesis was formulated that this was a new type of coronavirus that evolved in the animals being sold in the seafood market of Wuhan. This resulted in a fear that it could be similar to the SARS epidemic of 2002, which infected 8,000 people and killed 774. But they were all wrong, because this was going to be something much worse. By early January 2020, about 59 suspected cases were picked up from all local hospitals in Wuhan and isolated in the Jinyan Hospital of Wuhan. Out of these 59 suspected cases, 41 were confirmed with the 2019 novel coronavirus infection. Their isolation was too late, and before they were isolated, these cases had infected hundreds of others. that eventually infected thousands and thus starting the 2019 novel coronavirus epidemic. What started as a localized epidemic in the central China quickly spread to involve all other Chinese provinces in a matter of few weeks. This spread was escalated by the Chinese New Year and thousands of tourists out of their home. The situation became very tense when cases in other countries were also reported, which were transmitted by international travelers. The first cases were reported from Vietnam, and soon after, several new cases were reported from Germany, Thailand, Japan, Australia, United States, Russia, and a dozen of new countries, leading to a global panic situation. The epidemic costed its first death on January 9, 2020, but the death toll had just begun. As of making this video, the novel coronavirus epidemic has led to more than 95,000 confirmed cases, of which 8,000 are serious. More than 65 countries have been affected with major outbreaks in central China, South Korea, Italy, and Iran. More than 3,300 people have died due to this epidemic. You can imagine the gravity of the situation by looking at these facts. The WHO declared the epidemic as a global health emergency as of 30th January 2020. Delta Airlines, United Airlines, and American Airlines all have completely suspended their flights to China, while several other airline companies have severely reduced their number of daily flights. The US government has temporarily banned entry into the United States by any foreign national who has traveled to China in the past 14 days. China has placed its numerous cities in government lockdown that in effect has quarantined millions of people. The Chinese stock market is constantly crashing, and this has led to a global economic slowdown already. See, the word coronavirus is derived from the Latin word corona, meaning crown or halo, which refers to the characteristic appearance of this virus. The virus consists of a core of genetic material surrounded with an envelope of protein spikes. This gives it an appearance of a crown, and crown in Latin means corona, hence the name coronavirus. Coronaviruses are a group of viruses that cause disease in mammals and birds. These are RNA viruses with a genome of 26 to 32 kilobases. New coronaviruses have been detected every few years, with the first ones being discovered in the 1960s, which caused mild respiratory infections in chickens. Since then, a number of different coronaviruses have been discovered, mostly affecting birds, bats, and other small, warm-blooded animals. These viruses often get mutated in the animals they circulate, and due to the close contact of humans with these animals, these viruses can jump from the animal to the human to start a new disease. Many coronaviruses have already infected humans, including the SARS coronavirus, which led to the SARS epidemic in 2003, the MERS coronavirus, and the human coronavirus NL63. The latest addition to these names is the novel coronavirus, informally known as the Wuhan coronavirus. New viruses are detected all the time. It's known that coronavirus species circulate in a variety of animals. Sometimes these viruses can make a jump from animals to humans. This is known as a spillover and can be due to a number of reasons, like mutations in the virus itself or increased close contact between humans and animals, like we discussed. For example, MERS coronavirus is known to be transmitted from camels to humans, and SARS coronavirus from civet cats. The animal reservoir of 2019 novel coronavirus is not clear yet. Many of the early coronavirus cases were linked to the South China seafood wholesale market in Wuhan, but the earliest documented case, which has been traced back to 1st December, had no connection to the market, surprisingly. How this virus spreads from one person to another is not completely understood yet. But we know that the most common way it has been spreading is through droplet infection. It is when a person who is infected coughs or sneezes and releases viral particles that remain suspended in the air and are picked up by another person. It is also transmitted through things that an infected person has been closely in contact with, like used towels, clothes, switches, keys, and door handles. Those who are at the highest risk are people who are in close contact with animals, like animal market workers, and those who are taking care of infected, like family members, doctors, or nurses. The WHO has coined the term 2019 Novel Coronavirus Acute Respiratory Disease to describe the disease caused by this virus, indicating that most of the symptoms of the disease are related to the respiratory system. Now, from what we know is that there can be a number of symptoms ranging from mild to severe. The mild cases can present with fever, cough, shortness of breath, and the severe ones can lead to pneumonia, kidney failure, and death. The most widely used test to detect the coronavirus infection is the PCR, or the polymerase chain reaction. This test detects the minute quantities of genetic material of the virus and amplifies it so it can be studied easily. You can watch the video about PCR on our channel to know more about this. Links in the description bar down below. There is currently no vaccine to prevent the 2019 novel coronavirus infection. The best way to prevent infection is to avoid being exposed to this virus. However, CDC always recommends everyday preventive actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory viruses, which includes steps like washing your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, covering your mouth and nose while coughing or sneezing, using an alcohol-based sanitizer that contains 60% alcohol or more, and avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Stay home when you are sick and avoid close contact with people who are sick. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. The work to develop the vaccine for coronavirus is already underway. Scientists believe that research of MERS vaccine, which was also a coronavirus, will make this job easier. And hospitals are testing antiviral drugs to see if they have an impact. While the ratio of deaths to known cases appears low, the figures are unreliable. It is far too simplistic to divide the number of deaths by the number of cases to calculate the death rate to get a figure of around 2% at this stage of the outbreak. But it depends upon a range of factors like your age, sex, general health, and health system you are in. Thousands of patients are still being treated and we do not know if any of those cases will die. So the death rate could be higher. It is because of the size and density of the population and close contact with animals harboring viruses. The short answer to this question is absolutely yes. Many of those who contract coronavirus will experience only mild symptoms. These include fever, coughing, and respiratory problems. Most people are expected to make a full recovery, but can pose a particular risk for elderly people and those with pre-existing problems like diabetes or cancer. So I hope I am able to share some knowledge about the 2019 novel coronavirus pandemic with you through this short video. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button below. You can also help us make more videos like this by supporting our channel on patreon.com or joining our YouTube channel by clicking the join button below. I'll be highly thankful.